everybody, it's Hip Dippin' here, and today I did some OU battles, just trying to try out a little bit more of this team. Well, I only did one battle, and I won, and yeah, I wanted to show you guys. I think it was a pretty good battle. He did end up forfeiting, but he only had one Pokemon left, so it was still a good battle. I would have won the battle, definitely. I remember his Starmie was worn down a bit, so my Sharpedo definitely would have been able to, you know, wrap things up with that. So let's watch the replay. He actually has his own Solipede, and he leads off with it, and I lead off with mine, and he starts to set up, which is very scary. Very scary indeed. So, I knock off his, what was it? I knocked off his Black Sludge, I burn him, and at this point he's going to keep setting up, so that is scary to me. I go for a Hex, and with the burn damage that ends up scaring him pretty badly. And I knew he was going to Baton Pass, and I go for another Will-O-Wisp on this Garchomp. And if I hadn't, this Garchomp would have been unbeatable, 100%. And so I'm glad I got the burn on it. Here I'm just stalling out some burn damage, and I switch into Prehistoric, switch back out into Unknown, and Unknown is able to lift that Dragon Claw. And that's nice, but really I'm just trying to stall out for as much damage as possible. And here I believe, yep, I go out into Neon, and just to keep on stalling, and he goes for Fire Fang, and because really this thing is an absolute monster. But regardless, he is able to outspeed my my Solipede, and here I go into Haft, and I stall out even more. And usually I'm against stall, but man oh man, I think that was one of the only ways to go ahead and beat that guy. And he still knocked out 2 of my Pokemon, so I mean, really, it's I think it was a fair trade-off. And here he brings out Hawlucha, go for another Waterfall, get a crit, and that's pretty radical. Fun fact, in Pokemon X and Y, I actually did have a shiny Hawlucha like this person did. And yeah, it turned out pretty nice. I wasn't even breeding for a shiny, and it just happened to come upon me. I thought that was pretty cool. But anyway, we get into a kind of a sleep stall thing with this Roserade here. And I do wake up this turn, go for a Recover, which is awesome. And next turn he misses his Sleep Powder. I go for Ice Beam, get the Freeze. How insanely awesome is that? That's retribution right there. And then I kill it with another Ice Beam. So, that was pretty cool. Here the Sylveon goes for a Wish. I try to get a Toxic on it, and in comes the Starmie. Now, I probably should have stayed in there, but shoot. So, anyway, I go into Hydro, and I only take I take only 30% from that. How awesome is that? Hydro sets up, the Rain goes for Rest, and the Rain will heal my sleeping status, so that's pretty awesome. Now, in comes Centurion, his own Solipede, knock it out with a Scald. In comes Sylveon, start going for Scalds of my own. I'm trying to hope for a burn, but that does not end up happening. Now, he does have the leftovers, which is going to be an issue, and here I can see he's just going to keep on setting up, so I go right out into Durable, and I go for I go for a Toxic. That's what I go for, and that ends up being, eventually I go for a Toxic, and that ends up being a pretty good play on my part. I probably should not have gone for another Recover there, but I did, and yeah, past is the past, man. Yeah. So I put a Toxic on the Sylveon, and right now I'm just trying to stall out the Toxic damage. Now, at least I'm not a jerk about stalling out. I don't have Protect or, you know, stuff like that on one of my main walls, you know. So, and I'm not a Gliscor, so that's something. I sacrifice Prehistoric here, and he goes down. And right about now, I go right out into Haft and protect my way to victory. And there's the Hyper Voice, and the Toxic is able to kill it, so that's pretty great. And here's where he forfeited, and that was a pretty, you know, it was a fairly lengthy battle, a little lengthier than my recent ones at 37 turns, so that's pretty good. And really, the only thing that could have happened, he would have sent out Starmie, my Haft would have got his speed boost, and I would have been able to kill it with a Crunch. So, because Starmie doesn't have the best defenses in the world, it's more of a offensive Pokemon. So yeah, I'm Hippidippin', and if you guys like the content, please subscribe. I really appreciate it. And yeah, eventually, I might have said this at the beginning of the video, I don't remember, but I was going to do a Pokemon analysis today with Aerodactyl, but I wanted to try him out a few more times before I did. And yeah, I just ended up making a battle out of it. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you later.